Hello farmers, welcome back to Hazzard County, Georgia. Just came out of the store, made a purchase of some DEF fuel. It's right on down there. The Dutes Fire is getting kind of low on DEF fuel, as you last episode. The paint is starting to really look a little thin in some areas, isn't it? But that's okay. I don't want to repaint my vehicles. I just want to repair them. Wash would be good. But let's head on down here. It is still the third day of summer, and we woke up this morning to find that our crops are ready for harvest, and yeah, I'm not quite ready for it, I guess, or at least I thought. So I've been doing contracts this morning, and I got my account up to like $120,000. I'm like, how are we going to do this? My crops ready for harvest, and contracts were coming up that are ready for harvest. So we can come in here and we can see that I'm getting ready to do a cultivating job for $17,000. Hello. And I did accept a contract for harvesting field 44. Another thing I don't want to say it's a trick or whatever that I learned, but when you got a map this big with as many fields, the only way I'm finding a way to get rid of the contracts, so like the baling jobs, I would accept the baling job, cancel it right away, and then collect it. So let me just show you something that you can do, and it gets rid of the contract on here. I'll just select one here. Just pick one, Peanut. I know. This one right here, sewing. I don't transport. I'm not going to do transport. So what I do is I accept the contract and then go up here and make sure you get on the right one. Then cancel it. Yes. And then you got to come here. It says failed, and you want to collect it at $0. It takes off the board, and new ones will pop up. So that's one way. Am I not refilling with fuel? But anyways, I was trying to figure, okay, I gotta do something here. So our crops are ready for harvest. There's contracts coming up, as you just saw, for harvesting fields. I'm like, this is the time where the farm can make money. How am I going to do this? So at first I was looking at the combine, the John Deere combine. I was pointing, I'm like, okay, how about I get the model lower than that and not upgrade anything at all on it? So I could get that for like 133. So, okay, buy the combine and lease the header, because the header is like $90,000. If I lease it for the day, and the first hour is like $4,000, and every additional hour is like $1,000 or something like that. So I'm like, okay, if I can get up to $150,000 in bank account, I can buy like the lowest, the downgraded model the John Deere I was looking at, and lease the header and start doing some contracts. Eventually buy the header that I need, and then slowly upgrade the combine that I didn't quite want. So as I was doing contracts, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Farming Simulator, I know when you buy land, usually you can get a bigger loan. After some time passed, and I'll turn on the hood, yeah, I can borrow my money. We're up to $460,000 in the bank account, so if you come in here, this is looking good. Yeah, we can now borrow almost $1.7 million. So the max before was like $1.36 million. So an extra $300,000. I don't think I've been showing you this. I keep forgetting. So the contracts, yeah, I can see today I've done $37,000 worth of contracts. Yesterday, almost $200,000 in contracts. Day before, $181,000 in contracts. Yeah, contracts everywhere. Why did my Dutes Fire not fill up with DEF fuel? Does it have to be? Oops, I think it clicked there a little bit. Wait, there it is. Refill tractor. So yeah, we're down to like 9%. And actually, I took all of that DEF fuel and it only brought to 75%. That's fine. So just inside the store here, they're going to bring my combine and header over. So now I can buy the John Deere combine that I was looking for, and we're going to soup it all up. And also buy the header for it as well. You'll see me buy it. It's not like they're really going to grab and bring it here, but you know, go along with the story. Deal with it. So first step first is I got to get this guy up to field... yeah, the field that we're cultivating for $17,000. I already got the Massey Ferguson with a trailer at the field 44, the other contract. I want to do the contracts first so I can sell the grain, well, if the grain is good enough cash. My fields, if I get to them today, fine. If I don't, we'll get to them tomorrow, but that's as far as I want to go with them. I don't want the crops to start... I don't know how long they can go before they wither, but it's midsummer, so I'm not quite sure about that. So I want to get this guy over on, I have to pretty much go past the main, I'm going to call it the main farm now, where the big farm, where the silo is. Got to bring him past that, so that's where I got to go to get to that field. I'll set him up on course play, get him up and going. Then we'll come back and we'll get the combine and our header, and we'll head to field 44, which is kind of past our farm, and we'll go ahead and harvest that as well. I will say there are a lot of fields on here that are showing ready for harvest. Matter of fact, you can kind of see one up here on the right hand side. There's a field that's ready for harvest as well. So yeah, with seasons, yeah, I checked the seasons planting guide, and yeah, middle of summer you can start harvesting wheat, barley, and oats. So the oats, like our field, the wheat and the oats, we're keeping that for the animals. The field that we're harvesting is barley. I mean, I could feed that to the chickens as well. If the price isn't good, maybe, or if I don't get that a lot of extra grain, maybe I'll just put the grain in the silo. But we're really here today to just do a harvest this morning and figure out what we're doing, and plus buy our combine and the header. So buying the land did actually finally pay off. I just had to wait a little while for the bank to say, oh, you own more land? Well, you can borrow more cash. So yeah, let me go get this all set and squared away, and I'll meet you back at the shop, and we'll get ourselves a combine and almost at a trailer. It'll be a part of a trailer. It's like a header and a trailer. Yeah, well, you'll see. Well, got the dude's far up and running. He's up in field 39. That is this field right here. The weird thing about this field is, I don't know, I hope that's not a riverbed, because part of field 39 goes across here. So course play is only going to do this part of the field, so hopefully that's big enough. But yeah, we're getting paid 17 grand to do that, actually almost 18 grand. We're getting 8,500 to do harvesting in field 44, which is barley, and I got to bring it to the country store, and it's not that bad. So field 44 is right here. You can see I got the Massey Ferguson and the trailer that we bought. That's already down here. We just got to bring it up here to the country store by field 57, so that's all good. But we're really here to dig on into, oh, not that. So let's go to harvester. So here are the John Deeres that we're looking at. So I was thinking about, like I said at the beginning, when money was really tight, I was like, well, I can get this one 132 with no upgrades whatsoever. But I really want this one right here. It's $160,000, but ours is going to cost way more than that. All right, so here we go with the John Deere. So first things first, the tank only holds, well, just shy of 9,000. No, it doesn't. We're going to bump it up to 14,155 with the big top. The wheel brand, we will stick with the Michelin. And right now, I don't know what kind of tires I want to go with it. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't think I need dualies on it. A lot of choices on this one. And then tracks. Do I want tracks? 18,000 for tracks. Anti-track system. So we're going from like 6,000 to 18,000 if I do tracks. Those are wide tracks. That's a wide harvester. Numbers. I don't know how many John Deeres we're going to have. In the future, if I buy a second John Deere, we'll start numbering them. You know, for $600, let's put a number 1 on it. Why not? No GPS oversize. Pardon me. Green Star 3000. Oversize sign. A lot of things I could be putting on here, which I did not know about. Oversize, okay. We'll put oversize on it. It's $8,000. No, we're going to just do that right now. Interior decals. Can I see the interior? Oh, there's this, you can put stuff in the cab there. So you can see like hats and boots. It's only like 10, 20 bucks. For 30 bucks, we'll put like a toolbox in there, or whatever it is. I don't know. Global positioning system. I will for 15,000. You never know. The exhaust. Oh, we can change the exhaust. It has a rain cap. Ooh, that looks nice. I think I want it towards the back, I would think. That exhaust looks kind of weird. It just doesn't quite fit with everything else that you have on there. Rain cap. I think we'll do it just pointing kind of straight out the back. It says it says out the back, but it's kind of angled. But I think we'll go with that one there. Chopper. The chopper. Get in the chopper. I can't do Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not going to even try. So the chopper back here. You have different designs. Regular vane tailboard. Advanced. Well, I like advanced stuff. We'll go with advanced. The engine setup. Wow, 407 horsepower, but that does increase up to $311,000. Okay, we're still fine. Cover. Do I need a cover? Cover. What am I covering here? Oh, it's the cover for the back. Cover 1, 2. I mean, how's it look on the side here? So no cover. Cover 1, cover 2. New body. Let's go with the new body. And right now we'll just stick with a short pipe. It's a fat. Does that mean it will? It seems like it's a thicker diameter pipe. I don't know if that means it will. If the output is going to be better. Shorter old pipe. Short pipe. Standard pipe. We'll stick with that one for now. I think that'll be good. Wow, 311,000, which is still not bad because, you know, I would like to get the class Lexion, but that's like $500,000. So, for the most part, I think it's everything that we need. And if anything I want to change in the future, it might be cheaper or whatever. So let's go ahead and buy that. It's going to hurt the bank account a little bit, but, you know, it's what we need. All right, so headers. Yeah, we use this header quite a bit. The Iconic header. By the way, the John Deere is made, that John Deere harvester we just bought is made by SIID modding. I always say it's SID, but apparently it says SIID modding, from what I've been told. So John Deere colors there. Rim color. Might as well get it to match the John Deere. Design color. I could stay black. Let's go with the, not Dudes Fire, John Deere. It's John Deere. And the design on the side, about one thing I like about this header, you can put the label that you need for the header, the combine that you have. It's the, oh, yep, oh, there we go. John Deere. So yeah, so I think that's what we need. $83,000. Let's go ahead and purchase that. Brings us down to $65,000. But we got ourselves a combine and a header. Now I know what you're thinking. Does the header actually fit the combine? I did test this before. I actually went to Ravenport, loaded that map up, and went ahead and tested it out. But just to make sure, I think I'm hitting the pipe there. Hooks right up. I don't know if it fits nice and snug. I don't see no gaps anywhere. Looks nice and snug, and the best part is, oh, hold on here, just to make sure the header works. Let's fold up the header. Need to unfold the harvester apparently, which I did not do. Also, oh, that's got to come out, really. And there's the header. Apparently I don't have access to the store. But that's why we're here. I'm just making sure that it does work, so let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's go ahead and unfold the header. Lower that down. The one thing I didn't check, but every combine should have one. This should be able to hook right up to it. Yeah, that's good. Run over the hitch point. Are you telling me that... Oh, there it goes. Got me nervous there for a minute. I'm like, I tested that on Ravenport. I know it will hitch up. And then when I backed up but it didn't, I was like, you got to be kidding me. All right, let me turn that stuff off there. So the fun part is, yeah, this combine does not, I don't think it folds up. Let me turn on that here. Can I fold up, turn on harvester, higher, fold harvester? which just brings in the ladder. So the big top does not close, so better not leave it out in the rain if I have crop in there or not. What do these buttons do here? Oh, okay. Let's hop in the cab here so I can, let's see, this opens the door and closes the door. Well, that's convenient. It's always nice to be able to get on out. So hopefully I can remember. I will put the link in the description below for this John Deere harvester. Nice little number 1 on it, because who knows, in the future we might have more John Deere combines. But I am looking forward to getting the Class Lexi in at some point. Only because it's Class and it's kind of newish, and it does hold 4,000 liters more. And yeah, I do have the modded harvesters that hold like 60, and I could probably even up this one if I wanted to, but we're not going to. Ooh, wow, the speed of this thing, 19 miles an hour. It's going to take me a while to get there. So how about this? I will meet you at field 44. It may take me a while, and I probably should bump up the speed back up to ×5, because I had it ×1 while I was checking some things out. Didn't want time to go past too quickly. So yeah, I'm going to see you over field 44. It feels like I'm pulling an anchor, but it's just a header. This thing is a little on the slow side, but we'll get there. When you get used to modded equipment and you kind of get down to something like this where it only goes 19 miles an hour, it's taking forever to get to field 44. But we're getting there. Riding in cab just to check things out. I don't usually ride in cab because I'm terrible at it unless it's ATS or ETS. Go figure. Not too bad. Look on the inside of the cabin. I mean, you can see the toolbox down there. Every once in a while, it's a little framey for me, and my PC should have no problem handling this. But it's pretty well detailed on the inside here. From my understanding, this combine is a John Deere combine from like the early 2000s model. Right about in there. I do need to get out of cab for this part, though. This part can be... I'm trying to be extra polite and not drive into other people's fields with crops in it, even though I don't really destroy them right now because I don't own the field. Kind of going into crops a little bit there, dude, but deal with it. Ooh, I just realized I'm going to be going into crop quite a bit because I have no place to really hook up this header. And if I do go in that field straight ahead that you can see that's ready for harvest, that's where we're going. If I go in that crop I will destroy. So let's go ahead and we'll just drive in this guy's field. And unhitch that. I better unfold the combine. It's kind of weird it says unfold the combine. The only thing I can see unfolding might be something else that's unfolding, but I gotta unfold the steps going into the cab, so that's kind of weird. So let's hook up to this 45-foot header. Fold the header on up. And you can't see, well, now you can kind of see. There's the Massey Ferguson in the trailer that we bought the other day. Actually, just yesterday. Alright, so... disable straw swap. I don't think in seasons can I pick up their straw. I don't know. But I think what we'll do is we'll disable it anyways, because probably not. Oh, look at that. That even full. Oh, that is sweet. I don't know if you saw that. So if you go back here in the back end, so I can see the choppers are on. So if I disable the chopper and put it to a straw swap, turns it off, goes on up. Nice. Looks really good. But we're here to do a contract. And I'm on the bridge, and that's not helping me out at all. There we go. Now the funny thing is, the combine's max speed is 19 miles an hour, and the max speed for the header that we purchased is 12. And there's the grain going on in. It's chopping up the straw nicely. Something I did not expect to be doing on the the midsummer is harvesting. Kind of forgot what seasons that some crops will be ready. I mean, so it goes to show when I planted my crops, I wasn't the only early bird that planted crops apparently. So yeah, a lot of other farmers did as well. A little bumpy there. That's why I missed a little bit of crop. But it's doing all good here. I just have to keep in mind that we only can hold 14,000, which is not bad at all, really. I'm just used to CR 1090 that I have that holds 60,000 liters. Is the header hitting the ground a little bit? It might be. Just gotta make sure I get a headland done so I can at least get my tractor and trailer around so I can unload into that. So the good news is, and I probably should check on it anyways because it has happened a couple times in all the contracts I've been doing, is sometimes Courseplay will not give me a message that it's had a problem. It'll be stuck on a fence line somewhere. So I think when I fill up the combine here, which we're actually getting pretty close to being a full combine here, when we grab the Massey Ferguson and trailer, I'll check on the Dutes Fire to make sure he's still rolling around like he should be. So I haven't checked the price on the barley yet. So I don't know if I want to put it in the silo and just keep it, or am I going to go ahead and turn around and sell it. I pretty much said that we probably should sell the crops that we get out the fields because the land that we're kind of using right now as the main farm, I kind of told the owner that I would be purchasing his land next year, and that is $1.6 million. So yeah, I need to bring in the cash, but by doing contracts like this, shouldn't be much of an issue. We're going to have big fields, we're going to get big contracts, and we're going to get a lot of grain left over that's going to be able to be ours. And I caught it kind of just in time. Okay, that's kind of, I think I went to the field. Crop destruction should be on. I hate to test it here, but interesting. So the crop, let me just double check here. It should be on. I think with seasons it has to be on. What setting is that under? Crop destruction on. All right. Well, I don't know. I didn't destroy that crop at all, apparently. I back up like this, and we'll put the pipe out. I have to turn the harvester off for now. Ooh, that is probably why I should have got the extended pipe. So I'll have to take care of that. You can kind of see that the pipe, the header is about as wide as the pipe. Alright, so let me just check on the Dutes Fire. Oh yeah, he's, so he got this little strip done. I think I got him to do 3 headlands, but it looks like he may have only done, did he do 1 or 2? I think he only did 2 headlands. I had asked him to do 3, but as long as he gets the job done, that's all I care. I got my own project to be doing here. Alright, so let's go around. So about 3 combine loads is what this trailer can hold. I could always upgrade it to hold another 20,000. I think it holds 40,000 right now, so I could upgrade it to like 60,000. Trying to see if I destroy the crop there. I can't tell. Looks like I may have, but I'm not quite sure. So when I get some headlands done, eventually I probably will put the combine on a worker because it looks like I'm going to be making some trips to the country store. Man, when I take on a contract in the big field, this is why in the future having a couple of harvesters is not going to be that big of a deal, because if I take on one of those big fields, it's going to take a long time to get the harvest done. So it's going to be a little tricky. Yeah, the extended pipe will come in handy. Houston? Okay. Is it because the trailer is too far down? I'll just have to get it in that sweet spot again, and because it's not unloading fast at all. This may take a while, or I got to figure it out one way or the other. As you can tell, I did get the harvester unloaded, but not without some trials and tribulations. Yeah, basically had to get, I don't know if it's the trailer or the combine or the pipe on the combine, because we haven't really used any of this equipment before. So I don't know. There's a trigger off on something. I'm hoping maybe it's just a pipe on the combine. Yeah, I'll have to see about because we didn't use a trailer anywhere yet. So I don't know what's making it off a little bit. So I had to fill it at the end of the trailer, and it finally went in. So I'm probably going to, when we get the combine back to our farm where our wheat and oat field is that we got to harvest, I probably will change the pipe on out to a bigger pipe. I need a longer one anyways for this. I can't picture it being the combine. It might be the trailer. But maybe I don't know, maybe the pipe is too high for the trailer. I've seen that happen before as well. But I got to use it now, and I can make it work. It's just that it just doesn't look right, that's all. But now that I'm getting at least one headland done, it's going to be a little bit easier to unload into the trailer. So what I need to do actually right now is just shut up for a few seconds here. Get to harvesting this field till I get a full trailer, and we can go make our first delivery of grain on Hazzard County. Well, this looks like the place to make our first delivery to the country store. It says country store right outside. So a few things. Yeah, I'm still having troubles with the combine loading into the trailer. And two, the Massey Ferguson does not like that much weight in the back of it. I need a weight for the front, and I learned the hard way because they got the tractor, had no weight in the front wheels whatsoever. Is the trailer really that dirty already, where the paint is coming off on the inside? Yeah, so 55 transported. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so no weight on the front tires. It got really squirrely. And of all places, I had to lose control of the tractor. I mean, I do it quite often anyways. But of course, I lost control of my tractor right by my own fields where the crops are growing. And I can confirm crop destruction does exist, because I destroyed some corn in my own field. Yeah, I was going along here, probably at about 35 miles an hour, which was too fast, with not enough weight on the front of the Massey Ferguson. And it started to do this kind of thing. I lost control. I probably shouldn't do it next to my fields again. But right here where the corn, it didn't bother the corn on the first growth stage, but you can kind of see someone drove at a weird angle into the cornfield there. That was moi, right here. So, yeah, the Massey Ferguson was 40,000 liters in the back of this trailer. It does not like it. So the other thing I'm noticing with the trailer, I mean, we just bought it. I made one load, and look at the paint that's already gone on the inside of the trailer. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's, I can't quite say what's causing the problem with the combine loading into the trailer right now. Because, like I said, it's the first time I use the combine, the first time I use a trailer. So I'm not sure which one it is at the moment. I would like it to be the trailer rather than the combine. But we'll have to wait and see until next time when we're harvesting our own fields. Like I said, I'll put a new pipe on the combine, the extended pipe, because I need to anyways, because it's not long enough. And if I still have problems, then I'll probably swap out the trailer. For what, I don't know, because from what I'm seeing, I do need a trailer with a decent size on it, just because, I mean, we got a lot of big fields here. I can't go with a small trailer. I'll be forever carting back and forth. So I may have to go with a big trailer and a truck, which we're not quite prepared for. But I mean, 40,000 liters is not bad. I mean, it's 3 combine loads full. I would like to go ahead and up it to this trailer maybe up to 60 and see if that fixes the problem with the combine. It's something I'll have to figure out next episode. But for today, I need to get this contract kind of finished. The one thing I had not looked at, and I'm glad it's not doing, is I just went ahead and said, yeah, we're going to harvest day. I didn't check at the forecast, see if it was going to rain at all. It is cloudy, but everything seems fine so far. No raindrops are falling on my head just yet. So the good news is we got 55% of the crop delivered to the country store. And I'm just going to go ahead and, well, fishtail a little bit. I do like the looks of the trailer, so I don't want the trailer to be the problem either. I wish I can find a happy medium here with the combine and trailer. So the way I'm actually getting it to unload is I have to use a lift anything mod. If I lift up the trailer just a little bit closer to the pipe, it unloads. If I tip the combine down, so basically I was getting on the other side, I'll pick up the combine from this side and like tilt it down a little bit, it would unload as well. So, you know, by maybe making an adjustment on one or the other, just maybe I can get it all to work. But the one thing I will need, maybe the Deutz Fire may not have a problem hauling 40,000 liters, but eventually we're going to bump that sucker up to 60. So, yeah, I'm going to need some weights for the front, I would assume. That's the only way it's going to work. I did not check the Deutz Fire since I last checked it with you guys. I assume he's still cultivating that field for 17 grand. So I was thinking a little early, and I can't remember if I talked about it yet or not, but now that we got the combine and the header, I was thinking at first, well, I got everything I need. No, I don't. I'm going to need the header for the corn that I just drove in. So there's another expense, but I don't think that header is as expensive. But we're only talking like, I shouldn't say only. It sounds nice to say only, talking about like maybe 60 or 80 grand, somewhere in that area, I do believe. 60 or 80 grand for the corn header. And that is pretty much all we're going to need to buy for this season for equipment, I would assume. Lime spreader, probably go with the Bredel, because that can hold 18,000 on the modded one that we have. So, I mean, we're going to use tons of lime. The only thing is, which I understand, is why there's no contracts for lime. I don't, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe in FS21. But, yeah, but we'll need it for our fields. Because you know how fast you go through lime. And, yeah, this combine is filling. For a field, this field, I checked the stats on it before I went ahead and accepted the contract on it. So this field has been plowed, does not need to be limed. Not much for weeds. The only thing it didn't have in it was any fertilization at all. So this field has no fertilization in it at all. And we are harvesting like a madman, like a mad farmer. I think that's going to be good enough. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Extend the pipe. I'm hoping I can get the entire field harvested again before I need to take another trip up. Yeah, that's good. Run into the trailer. Well, it's aggravating me a little bit. Maybe if I go in this way, it'll load better. To try to find the sweet spot without having to tilt anything with the lift anything mod is kind of a pain. So I'm trying a different approach by going on the side. Nobody move. Nobody move. Yes, I don't know if it's a trigger for the short pipe or if it's a trigger for the trailer, so I'll have to figure that out in the future. I guess I could take the trailer to our mixer where we're making silage and see if that will accept silage. Because that trigger is kind of far up. So I don't know what it is. But like I said, maybe just by changing the pipe, it'll all work out. So while we're waiting for that to unload, it is kind of a slow unload rate. I may have to change that in the modded XML file. Where am I? You are here. Wow. So he's not, I mean, he's cultivating. That's us. We're 70% done. He is 60% done. So getting along just fine, I suppose. But I'll beat him. So we are doing barley, which is right here. Trying to figure out. So actually right now the country store is the best price. Then White Lightning. Both prices are dropping. The train depot is decent. Did you completely unload? Alright. Time to get back to work here. I need to get this said field done. I want to see what we end up for crop. But it feels good to be harvesting. I just didn't, like I said, didn't expect to be doing it this soon in the summer. But here it is. And when I saw my fields turn, I'm like, oh, well, my fields are going to be the only ones. And then when I was doing contracts in between episodes, I'm like, wait a minute, there's harvest contracts in here. And then we start driving around doing other contracts, like, wait a minute, there's a field ready for harvest, there's a field ready for harvest. And I need the combine to start cashing in on these contracts. With fields this size and the extra grain that you get off them, it's going to pay off. So I don't know what you guys think about the John Deere combine so far. I mean, it looks nice and everything's working good. Just the one issue that we're having of unloading. So there might be a couple things I might dip into the XML file for myself. Is I may bump up the road speed a little bit on the combine. It's a pretty big map to be in a combine that only goes like 19 miles an hour. Now when I mean bump it up, I'm not going to do it like 50 or 60. I'm talking maybe 25 to 30 miles an hour as top speed on the road, just to help it along. Because 19 miles an hour, I mean, the traffic was actually faster than I was. I think the traffic must be at 20 miles an hour because it seemed like I was staying just with the car that was in front of me, but I was pulling ahead a little bit. Not that that matters, but yeah, get from point A to point B just a little bit quicker. And like I said, hopefully we can figure out this. It may just be an issue of changing out the pipe on the combine with the trailer that we have, but I am going to need to buy a weight for. I should just have a weight in general at the farm, a nice heavy weight for the front of the Massey Ferguson. If he's going to be whoever's hauling the grain trailer is going to need a weight in the front for 40,000 liters, and especially if I kick it up to 60. Did I just say if? Especially when I kick it up to 60,000 liters. The tractor is going to need a weight in the front because, yeah, it's taking too much weight out the front. That's why I damaged some of my own crops. I actually said to myself, of course I'm going to lose control and spin into my own field and damage my own crops. It's like the game is saying, hey, you know what, Peanut, you need to slow down. I'm like, no, don't tell me what to do. And the game's like, okay, all right, that's the way you want to be about it. And I learned. So it looks like I might actually get the entire field in the trailer. I've only unloaded once, so I should be able to unload one more time and then get the rest of it in there. I don't think I'll get another a full combine out of it. Keeping an eye on my total down there. And why chance it? I'm not going to get it any more than it already is. You know, Peanut, you really should turn off the header. You can leave the combine running, but at least turn off the header. So the one thing I will need to think of, especially when winter comes, I'll have plenty of time in the winter to do this, but for our fields, we'll have to do that crop rotation, and just to see how much, be careful what I plant in the field. Now those cornfields could come back and bite me, only because, yeah, the next crop that goes in that field may be a terrible yield just because there was corn in it the year before. I know you want to. You just spit it out a little bit. Yeah, okay. And this is what I was doing before, off camera. I was trying to get it, and for some reason, it's very finicky. No? Well, this time I found the sweet spot in the combine. We are done, and Hazzard County is starting to live up to its name. If you look at the forecast, yep, rain. So I may not get to my fields today at all, but we got the contract done. Well, kind of done. We haven't delivered yet. Is that gonna? I hope that unloads everything in there, please. I'm still gonna sell at the country store where we're bringing this to. Oh, good. Got it all in there. If we go ahead and look at barley, still the country store is the best price by $1. So it's not really worth going anywhere else. I think when we go ahead and sell this, we will just keep on selling it, or at least when we bring it for the contract and finish out the contract, we'll just keep on selling it and see how much we get. So my first business or order of business, I can't even get my order of words right, but my first thing I need to do is bring the combine back to the small farm the original farm where the repair shop is and upgrade the pipe. And we'll try that. If that works, what I need to do after that as well is buy a weight for the said tractors. I may need even buy 2 of them. I'll go down to the store and pick them up. The class kind of needs one for sometimes when it's doing the fertilizing and the fertilizer spreader is full of fertilizer. Yeah, the front end of that gets a little squirrely, and whatever's hauling this grain trailer could use a weight as well. Let's get up to the store because this doesn't have a tarp, so I don't want it to get wet. I don't know when it's going to start to rain, but I didn't check the forecast. It's at the future forecast. Probably within the next 3 hours, somewhere around 3 o'clock is when it's going to start raining. So I'm going to try to take a little bit easy to the store. Try not to go above, 32, 33. Because, in the 20s it's fine. Once I get a little faster than that, it gets a little hairy. And I don't want to be damaging any more of my crops. So it's interesting when taking a contract and you go in someone's field, you don't damage crops. Has that always been that way? I didn't think it was. I mean, I tried damaging crops in that barley field of combine. Didn't work. But my crop sure had got destroyed. So the name of the game is still bringing in the cash. We're borrowing this much money. We're probably going to be losing or paying off about $12,000 to $13,000 at night now for loan interest and property income. So I still need to keep doing the contracts. The fertilizing contracts are the ones that pay great because I'm not sure exactly why they pay great, but I like doing them because one, the working width of the spreader is like 24 meters, so it doesn't take long for the spreader to zip through a field and get it done. And they pay a lot, but then again, I do have a modded spreader that doesn't use as much as standard spreaders do, so that could be why. It doesn't take much to refill them. Yeah, I'm doing 38, and I should be doing 38. I'm going past my fields. I need to fertilize that cornfield that I just destroyed a little while ago. Well, not destroyed, but the crops I destroyed in that field. That one needs to be fertilized one more time. But the last thing we're going to do, other than finish off this contract for Field 44 of harvesting, is we're going to go to our mixer. Tight squeeze down. Oh, you would stop. I was hoping you keep on continuing. Am I going to be able to get around the corner? Yep, just barely. We're going to grab our silage and see if the trigger on the trailer can connect to that. If it doesn't connect to that, then I'm going to realize that it's actually the trailer causing the problems, not the combine. Alright, so how much extra cash are we going to get from doing the contract off that field? So the contract's done, and we are selling some barley at 464, was it? Something like that? 10 grand? Yep, 10 grand. Thank you very much. We'll come in here and we will collect that right now. Collect that. A lot of cultivating jobs, but nothing over 5,000, so none of those I'm really too interested in. But harvesting contracts, yes, I'll take those as fast as they come, especially if they're in the big fields. We'll just get extra grain. I mean, we got $10,000 off that field. That field's, compared to other ones around here, is not that big. So yeah, in the future we could be getting bigger contracts and a lot more money afterwards. And we got 10 grand for the extra money, for the extra grain off that field. So thank you for that kindly. So let's quickly, before we end the episode, let's go back to the farm here and see if I can collect the silage out of this, well, what do you want to call it? A mixer? It's not a mixer. Just makes silage, so I don't know what I think they just call it a silage maker? I have no idea what it's called. But this is going to be the farm with a silo. We got some storage sheds already here. There's a fuel tank right there. Probably put a DEF fuel pump right next to it for what it costs. Alright, so this one here, This one is soybean, corn, silage, and total mix rations. Does that look like total mix rations for cows? That looks like total mix rations for pigs. Does it not? That looks like pig food. Does it say? Because I think it's in here actually. Yeah, right there. No, because that's pig food. All right, so that's pig food. I didn't realize that was a symbol for total mix rations right there. Yeah, can we get to the point of what we came here for? I'm getting there. Grass, chaff, silage, start. Well, that fills up no problem whatsoever. And that trigger is a lot higher than the combine. So it doesn't appear to be the trailer right now. So hopefully when we put the new pipe on the combine, it's not an issue. So what I need to do now is come on over here. And put the silage into this one right here. Kind of interesting how it's fluttering out the back like that. Because I do like the trailer. That's for darn sure. So hopefully, like I keep saying, it's just a pipe in the combine. If it's a combine causing the problems, then yeah, we're going to have to do something about that. But now it's got to wait for our worker and the Dutes Fire to get done right here. They don't have that much more to do, and maybe this field over here. So what I'll probably do in between episodes is I got to grab my combine at 19 miles an hour and drive all the way along here, through here, up here, and back to this farm where we have a repair shop, and I can upgrade the auger, and hopefully that is causing the issue, and we'll harvest our fields. Let's quickly look at the forecast today. Well, there's no rain in the forecast until about 6 o'clock, so what does Tuesday look like? Tuesday looks fine until the afternoon, so that's going to be 15 until about 6 o'clock in the evening tomorrow night is when the rain may come on Tuesday. So I got tomorrow morning where I can harvest it. Not a big rush, other than if we start seeing contracts come in. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. But that's going to do it for today, guys. We got ourselves a combine. We got ourselves a big loan. Luckily, we're going to have probably $100,000 in the bank account when we start harvesting our fields. But all that crop is going in the storage for the animals. So, yeah, no money making there. But maybe I can get some other tractors working some more contracts in other fields while we're harvesting. But that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time in Hazzard County. But until then, have a good one.